And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Two Schmoes Show. I'm your host, the infamous Orion, and I'm a Schmo.
I'm Cairo, and I'm also a Schmo.
And, well, we didn't do well planning out this episode at all because we were just looking at movie list and movie trailers and
And then we got distracted. It's like, oh shit, it's
terribly,
5 minutes late.
terribly distracted. I am so distracted right now. They're making tater tots downstairs and I could smell it.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. This is terrible. I might go on a tater run. I'm not sure yet.
I wouldn't blame you if you do.
I know. So welcome to January 16th, ladies and gentlemen. The Pope went to a record store. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That's cool to me. Just imagine being like the guy behind the counter, some under paid like college student, and the fucking Pope just walks in.
I will say it was a bit there's a couple of like completely fair criticisms of it, of just like don't wear the robes if you don't want to be seen, kinda.
Is he allowed to take the robes off?
I don't know, but I feel like if the problem I'll Google it. Can the Pope go out without robes?
Do you like popes get weekends off? Where you can just like, Francis
Yeah, there's
comes.
nothing that prohibits it.
Oh God.
It's like tradition, but there's nothing that explicitly says you can't do it. So
Yeah,
like if the dude wanted to, he could have thrown on some jeans and a hoodie and no one would have known.
that'd be kind of hilarious. Imagine you're just like in a record store, and this guy standing right next to you looks remarkably similar to the Pope, and you're just like trying to figure out if it's him or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be so awkward. It's like, excuse me, sir, are you the Pope? And he's like, no, but some say I'm more handsome than him.
I suppose you could make an argument that the Pope is supposed to be like the mouth of God, basically.
Yeah.
So like if he's in his waking hours, he just kind of has to be like always on deck in case the word of God just starts flowing, you know? So like if he is just in the record store, jeans and a t-shirt, and he just starts prophesizing, it would be pretty weird.
Oh
But
my.
if he's got Pope robes, everyone knows what's going on.
Imagine you're at the record store, you're about to buy like, I don't know, some cringy Drake album or something like that, and the Pope just comes out of fucking nowhere, slaps it out of your hand and says, God says no. You can't argue against that. Like even
No,
Drake
you
wouldn't
can't.
argue against that because that's God's plan.
Yep.
A wink. I love the absurdity of it. Apparently, Francis is a big classical music guy, which I
Hmm.
kind of knew that, but I didn't know what he listened to.
Yeah.
He listens to Bach, ladies and gentlemen. Bach and Mozart are his favorites, apparently.
Hmm. It's kind of normy, honestly.
Uh, yeah. I don't know. So
I mean, it's not like it's not wrong. They're they are representative of classical music for a reason, but it's also just like, come on, you can do
Bach,
better.
not really. So Bach is actually from a different era of music than the classical period.
Sure, I guess I mean more that in like the public conscience.
Oh yeah, I know. Um,
That's what they assume.
it really doesn't surprise me that a holy figure like the Pope is listening to fucking Bach of all things, because Bach only made church music.
Mm.
Yeah, so you can kind
Yep.
of see where that comes from. And
Yep,
fucking
that makes sense.
Mozart's name, Amadeus, literally means love of God.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you see what's going on here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude likes God. Music's about God. It's like the 1700s equivalent of a Christian rock band.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what Bach is. Um, Mozart not so much because he literally wrote a song called "Lick My Ass," but that's beside the
Fair
point.
enough.
Yeah, and he also made a song about just constant meowing. Yes,
Sure.
Mozart was a cat girl, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd sub to him on Twitch.
Would you?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of people that's been like that in history where if they were alive today, they would have Twitch streams and they would be
God, yes.
wild.
Yes. You know, Beethoven fucking bit a child once.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Who is it? I'm trying
What?
to remember a name here. I'll come with it in a second. French dude, artist.
French artist. Jacques Brel.
No, maybe it's Picasso.
I thought Picasso was Spanish.
Was Picasso the one that was kind of like basically psychotic? I
That's a
don't think it's
lot of
Picasso.
people in history.
Well, I mean, like by like modern standards, though, not like clinically. I don't think it's Picasso that I'm thinking of. There's one specific artist who was like a an abstract kind of painter.
Okay.
Um, I can find this real quick.
Yeah.
I know Salvador Dali.
Yes, Dali was fucking weird.
Dali would have art Twitch streams, and they would be fucking lit.
Dude, I have a book on my shelf. It's a book that is Dali's lost film script for a movie he wanted to make with the Marx Brothers that got
Mm-hmm.
denied because it would be too expensive to make. And they recreated the film script, like finished it, ironed out some of the details, and they made a fucking comic out of it with
Jeez.
art inspired by Dali. And it is one of
Mm-hmm.
the coolest books in my shelf. I love that thing.
That is cool.
Yeah. It's called Giraffes on Horseback Salads.
That sounds Dali, all right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the book was all about because like I haven't read it in about a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, second, I'm going to see if I can find like a synopsis so I don't have to get the book off my
Yeah.
shelf.
I have a quick thing here I wanted to mention because I'm on. I just have IMDb pulled up.
Yep.
We're probably going to be getting into it in a second. And they apparently, I didn't know this. They have on their main page like a today's birthdays kind of thing
Okay.
of people. I guess just people in general who are on their site.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a happy birthday to Lin Manuel Miranda and John Carpenter.
Yo, Lin Manuel. Shout outs, boy. Don't bite any
Mm-hmm.
children, you composing genius, you. Don't be like Beethoven, Lin. Um, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yes, Giraffes on Horseback Salad, also known as The Surrealist Woman, was a screenplay written in 1937 by Salvador Dali for the Marx Brothers. It was to be a love story between a Spanish aristocrat named Jimmy, to be played by Harpo Marx, with whom Dali was friends with, and a beautiful surrealist woman whose face would never be seen by the audience. Dali considered the central theme of the story would be the continuous struggle between the imaginative life as depicted in the old myths and the practical and rational life of contemporary society. And he wanted the film to be scored by Cole Porter, of all people.
Sure.
I'm very upset this movie wasn't made.
Would have been cool.
I will fucking direct this movie if Hollywood gives me the money. But alas, no. Hollywood hoarding all their good money to themselves. So what else do we have for today? Now that we've went on this tirade about the Pope.
Okay, so we have, I guess, two lists of films that we're gonna kind of skim through here, see what we recognize, see what we don't.
Yes.
It is interesting having them like side by side because the one hand we have Edgar Wright, who is Edgar Wright, and his list, which is top 1,000 to be fair, but it's pretty uh centric on older films, I would say. It's like disproportionately weighted towards the 40s and 50s.
Okay.
And then on the other hand, we have Video Game Dunkey, which just inherently has still plenty of older films, but more popular ones than are on Wright's list.
Well, this is a great point to point out that Dunkey is more of a comedian, whereas Edgar Wright is an auteur in the film
Oh, yeah.
industry. So
To be fair, though, Dunkey has done a couple of fairly serious pieces on film in general. He had one on, oh, which one was that? They didn't do too well compared to his normal stuff, but I found him entertaining. Where he did one on, does he have a playlist for? I can't even remember. The Shining was one of them, and then the other one was Whiplash, I think.
Okay.
They were good. They were just like genuinely well thought out essays about the two films.
So let's get started with Dunkey's list because this one's the more fun of the two at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
So this is, as far as I know, in no particular order.
yep. Dunkey's list also composed entirely of film clips from the movies, and we're going to try and see if we can get them right, correct?
I have the actual list,
Yep.
but yeah, I picked out like maybe three or four
Okay.
in watching it
I ha-
because it's very condensed. It's 100 films in clips shown over 60 seconds with no audio.
okay.
So do you have it pulled up? I
Yes.
can actually send it to
I
you. Okay, yeah, because it's silent, so there's no anything to worry about with that.
Okay. So first one I'm calling is the Seventh Seal. Probably wrong about that because I'm terrible, but the black and white
Like the
nature,
very first one?
yeah. Like I'm
No,
on frame 0.
yeah, no, it's not.
Motherfucker. Okay. Next one.
To be fair, I think all but the very last one has been like by the community because Dunkey didn't put out a list of them, but people watching it were able to piece it together collectively.
Citizen Kane for the next one.
Citizen Kane is number 7,
Motherfucker.
so it's there, but I'm not sure what timestamp are you at right now.
I'm on timestamp 03, and now I know that's Citizen Kane
Yes,
because that's literally
yes, that
Rosebud right there.
yes.
I've seen Citizen Kane. I am cultured. Thank you for asking. Um, Seven Samurai after that one.
Yeah. Seven Samurai is before Citizen Kane.
Damn it. Okay, so that's Ronin 47.
What's the timestamp?
4 seconds.
4 seconds. No.
Motherfucker, it's a samurai movie. I'm just trying to name off all the samurai movies I
Uh,
do know.
Yojimbo.
Yo Jimbo?
1961.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
That's a clean
I
shot.
believe.
Next shot, I do not know. Okay, got two boxers in front of me. I'm going with Raging Bull.
Yes.
Haha, I've seen that film. That's how I knew it. Clerks. That's
Yep.
literally the
Yep. I mean, yep.
yeah. Okay, now a guy in front of some apartment buildings. I do not know this one.
Is Eraserhead.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sorry, let's actually go back because we skipped over quite a few. At the
That's
start
true
there.
because I was
Between
raging
Throne-
at not getting Citizen Kane.
First one is Throne of Blood at 00. Also at 00, The Artist 2011.
Okay.
Sunset Boulevard 1950. Ikiru 1952. Seven Samurai. Modern Times. Then Citizen Kane.
Okay.
And between Yojimbo and Raging Bull is The Apartment.
Okay. So
Yeah.
after Eraserhead, I've got a
Yes.
general in front of me. This general
Yes.
has pieces of our profession, followed by a phone, some bombs dropping behind him. This is a very well done scene. I like how the
Yep.
general is set up on the third parallel, just so we have room to actually like focus on that bombing sign. So our eyes kind of travel from the bombs over to pieces of our profession down to this general. Helps us
Mhm.
get into his headspace. Looks like his name is Jack, and I'm going to call this Jack the General and his peace crusades.
Not quite. It is. Oh, where'd it go? Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which to be fair, it didn't use like the Doctor Strangelove scene, so
Yeah. Now we got a guy peeping through a hole. Um,
Psycho.
it's Psycho.
Yep.
Okay, I was going to guess peeping Tom. Oh, did he just fucking do what I think he just did in the editing?
They go really fast. To
Yeah.
be fair, so probably.
So with the Psycho shot, we have another shot of like an eye staring through a
Mhm.
hole, but that's not the right size of the hole from the last shot.
Yep.
So is that a different movie?
Probably.
Okay.
But because uh in the 10 seconds, like between 8 and 10 seconds, it looks like it's all kind of the same,
Yeah.
but in that one we have Psycho, The Lighthouse, Kill Bill Volume 1, La Dolce Vita, and The Haunting 1963.
Damn. Okay. Well,
And
there's
then
fuck. Go on. I see Camel.
no, go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say Camel, take a guess.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yep.
I haven't even seen that movie. 11 seconds in. Star Wars. That's just
Yep,
freaking
The New
Star
Hope.
Wars. Cowboy with a phone. Looks like it's the 80s. Some very ethnically diverse people all over the place. They can't really pin where he is. This is Cowboy Jim.
It is Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, I was going to say Cowboy Bebop, actually. That would have been funnier. Okay. After Cowboy Bebop, we've got RoboCop.
Yes.
That shoulder pad is fucking RoboCop.
Yep.
Pool. Free Willy.
No, it is. It follows.
Damn. Alien.
No.
Predator.
What? No.
What is this?
God, this is disappointing. Die Hard.
Oh shit. I can't make out that's Die Hard. It's too dark of a shot.
Bruce Willis.
That's Bruce.
The only good movie he's done.
To be honest,
No,
I
I'm
haven't
kidding.
seen
He
young
did already
Bruce
good.
Willis too much.
No, you don't watch it every Christmas like a normal person?
No. I just go into an eggnog coma for the holidays. I thought we knew this. Car on Fire.
You missed one,
Did I?
apparently. Oh, no, maybe not. So there's an extra one in here that there's not a scene for.
Okay.
And they have Sonatine listed at 14 seconds, but I guess maybe no, because then they have at 15 they have the thing, and then but like the burning thing is not a car, it's the thing burning, and that's the thing.
That's the thing.
But they have Sonatine listed in here as 25 at 14. I don't see that one. So
It's like a car burning, and then like after that, there's a shot where it's pretty much the same exact shot, except there's people, and that's the thing burning. Because that is the thing.
oh, okay, yeah, no. So I just missed that one because it was so quick.
Yeah. To be
Yeah.
fair,
So car
Dunkey.
burning is Sonatine, thing burning is the thing.
Okay, Dunkey is doing really well with his editing on this. By the way, this man is.
Oh yeah.
That's some good editing I'm seeing here, just to hide out which ones are different movies.
Yep, he knows what he's doing.
Yep. The graphic match cut. I see you, Dunkey, and I also see Wally.
Yes.
And then we're out in space with a couple dancing. Shape of Water.
Nope.
I know. Go on. What is it?
Do you want to take another guess?
No, La La Land?
Yes.
Damn straight. I knew this scene. I just didn't think I could actually pinpoint it. Jurassic Park.
So you skipped one. Yes, but you skipped one.
Okay.
You did another good job with the editing.
Yeah, I know he did a very good job with the editing with the graphic match cut. But I was like,
so it is
yeah, go on.
The Incredibles.
Yeah, you're right. There's the Stingray ship right there.
Yep. And then with the helicopter comes in, that's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so that shot's like a fraction of a second. And
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know.
very short.
Yeah, but the moment I saw the helicopter, I'm like, fucking that's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Lion King.
Yes.
Up.
Couple of easy ones. Yep.
Monsters Inc.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
This one I don't know.
Yeah.
Even with the title, I have not heard of it. This is Hana B.
Okay, cool. Penguins.
This is why I have
with
IMDb up, because there's a couple of these that I wanted to look up because I've not heard of them at all.
The Exorcist.
Yes.
Perfect. Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
Haha, Kubrick, I know you anywhere. Fuck, this is I know this movie. People at a party, dinner,
Mhm.
Knives Out.
No, this is Phantom Threat.
Never mind.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, Japanese man at the head of a table, or at least I think that's a Japanese man.
Person on the left gives it away.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Wahlberg.
No, that is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I fucking don't know what Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Okay,
looks like.
it's Inception.
Okay. Ponyo.
Yep.
Porco Rosso.
Yep.
Oh man, that is a good edit.
Isn't it?
This man. I don't know what that gear one is.
This is Jaws, which, like, fair. It's basically nothing, but yeah, it's Jaws.
Okay. Car covered in snow or at the bottom of the ocean. I'm going with James Cameron's Avatar.
No, this is I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but when I don't know a movie, I'm going to sabotage it best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter, Deathly. It's a Harry Potter movie. I know that. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh, I knew it. Okay, cool. Guy with record, radio DJ. A Jack Black movie, obviously. No, it's probably not. Pirate Radio.
No, Almost Famous.
Oh, almost had it. Oh, that's a nice shot. Wow. Camera. The actual scene is playing out in the camera's lens. guy that looks like he has Jack Nicholson's forehead, but it's not Jack Nicholson. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It is Chinatown,
Never seen it.
which is Jack Nicholson, though, to be fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow, I'm good. West Side Story.
This is Rear Window.
Okay. Oh man, that's another good edit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so it's a graphic match cut of the Rear Window scene. People looking at another guy doing a presentation between two windows. Obvious symbolism of disconnect. The Social Network.
This is Playtime.
Never seen it.
Me neither. Haven't even heard of it.
Why is he good at editing all of a sudden?
He's always been good, to be fair.
Yeah, but like I appreciate this when he's got good cinematography to work with.
It just gives him a chance to kind of flex it.
No, this is really good at fucking editing. I don't know.
That's the thing with like the same with the really popular comedy channels on YouTube in general. Like the Russian Badger is the same way, where he's also just really good at video editing with what he does, but because of the nature of the content he's normally working with, you just never really get to see it.
Yeah. No, what I like, why I'm orgasming over this editing right now, is we went from a graphic match cut of like two windows to two windows, and now we have a reverse of that cut where the little space occupied between the two windows that was like the separation is now inverted to show our subject in that area, and now everything else is just kind of blank space, and it's framing him in that little closed area that we previously had nebulous before. As for this, I do not know what this movie is.
This is The Godfather Part 2.
Damn it. Okay, I've never finished The Godfather Part 2.
I am really curious how long it took him to do this.
Lost Crusade.
Yes, there are so many scenes like that that are otherwise like not immediately identifiable of their source material that are like popular films, popular pieces of media. But he went and he like very clearly intentionally found these scenes that work for what he wants them to rather than what they're known for.
So good editing makes it easy to watch something. And with how good these cuts are, because this Indiana Jones cut right now is another graphic match cut. It makes
like four of them in a row.
Yeah. Well, it's like a graphic match, inverted graphic match. But it's because he's doing these really cool edits that this video is very easy to get lost into, and you can't recognize the shots because you're too busy trying to still digest the frames.
Yep.
And it works because he's doing these very good edits at this is turning when those professional blank reacts to blank videos. It works because you're not losing the shot as much as you are just still like unpacking it in your head. It's very blitzing, and it's part of the fun of it. It's like, do I recognize that? Oh, I might know that. Some of the effect is being lost on me because I'm pausing these shots to take a better look at them, but that's beside the fact. Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Curtain scene. I do not trust that reverse shot to actually be part of that scene. Woman with a Curtain. I do not know what this is.
It is Suspiria.
Never seen it. Movie theater. Suspiria Part 2.
Mulholland Drive.
Never seen that one either. Okay, big stage production, white queen figure on a cloud. Journey to the West.
Amadeus.
Shit.
Right?
I should have gotten that. I'm not happy. By the way, another good aspect of reverse shot, inverted shot. Where the woman is going through the curtain, and as she pulls it back, we are met with a reverse shot of what we assume is the movie theater. That's the Kuleshov effect, by the way, in editing, where we associate meaning between two shots. And when we have the theater shot, we have like the hallway in the middle that, again, is empty, and we have like our subjects on the side. And now when we come to this Amadeus shot, the queen is like right in the center, where our brain wants to put that woman going through the curtain at. Um, that's another good graphic match cut. We have a guy with a gun holder. Um, the gun is glistening right where the queen's white crown was, which is pretty cool. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
This is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Motherfucker. Okay. Another gun and more cowboys. Um, I don't know what this one is.
This one is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Mother. I'm being trolled right now, man.
Yes, you are.
Toy Story 2.
Yes.
More cowboy shit. Damn it. A fistful
I
of
kind of
dollars.
like it though, because he's got them like bookended together, all one after the other.
Yes.
It's Django Unchained, which I have not seen personally.
I love that movie, and oh my god, I should have gotten this. Granted, I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah.
A guy throwing a tantrum, No Country for Old Men.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Motherfucker. Um, man, that's a poor shot, and I hate it. Um,
It's ironic. I think he found the one like not crystal clear shot in the whole movie.
The Life of Pi.
This is the car one.
No, this is like it looks
Oh,
like a boat in a fog. Timestamp 36 seconds.
that is a car.
It has a car. Okay, Mad
Yes.
Max.
Yes.
Fury Road.
Yes.
Ha! Once you told me it's a car, I knew what it was. I thought it was a boat.
Yeah. That's what I mean, because it's like every other thing is just like perfect crystal clear CGI.
Another thing about these two cuts I like is when we're looking at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre shot,
Mhm.
we have like the guy flailing his chainsaw in the arm, in a circular motion, and it keeps going back and forth briefly. And when we cut over to this Mad Max Fury Road shot, the car is swerving in the same direction as that chainsaw was going to go, and it completes the action of the kinetic
Yep.
movement, which no one talks about that enough in editing. Completing the actions between shots, very effective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guy and a whole bunch of cocaine. Adam's Family Part 2.
This is Stalker, 1979.
Motherfucker. Okay, that's cool. Matrix.
Yes. This is
Haha.
Reloaded.
Okay, I just saw a green industrial location. I'm like, that's gotta be Matrix.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if you see that green grading, it's a fair bet to just say Matrix.
Not many films grade themselves green.
Mm-hmm.
28 Days Later.
Dawn of the Dead. It's very close though.
Yeah, same concept.
Yep.
I was going to say Mallrats be funny, but then I realized, but from the look on the makeup, these were zombies.
Yep.
Oh, that's Hot Fuzz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pop-up book. There's a boat in the middle. Paddington.
Paddington 2.
Motherfucker. Can we just shout out? I haven't seen a lot of these movies, and just from the visual design of these shots alone, I'm able to make certain guesses because that's just how effective some of these films are with their mise en scènes.
Yep.
Okay. Ratatouille.
Yes.
Ah, crap. What's this? It's a boat. Jaws 2.
It's Casino Royale.
You
Just
know,
sneaky because this is like the hidden fourth act of the movie.
I should have guessed it was a Bond movie because how flat the lighting is. But, oh well.
I might be wrong. I thought he used a different shot for Casino Royale, but I must have been mistaken.
Lord of the Rings, something, something.
Yep, Fellowship of the Ring.
Fuck yeah. Oh boy, I wonder what that is. Yeah, fucking Spider-Man 1.
Yes.
No, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm sorry, that's Green Goblin. Okay, figure with starry eyes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not a woman, I don't believe.
No, I don't believe it is either. I can't really tell the gender based off this.
I'm saying that because I have not seen this movie, but I know who is the lead in it, and I presume it's the lead if that's the shot they're showing.
The Hunger Games.
Is Blade Runner, presumably the
Motherfucker.
original,
Okay.
which is Harrison Ford, I believe.
Okay, 1 second. YouTube just decided to skip ahead a couple frames. Then we have a Red Eye graphic match cut, by the way. Um,
Hmm.
Blade Runner, the final cut.
This is Vertigo.
Okay. Zodiac.
Yep.
American Psycho.
This is a movie. No.
Oh,
So I'll give you another shot at this one though, because this is a movie that I always get. I always make the name longer than it actually is. I think it's Brad Pitt. I believe that's Brad Pitt. That's in the frame there.
American
Any
Greed.
second guesses? No. Seven.
Okay, I've never seen it.
What's in the box?
Never seen it.
Okay, fair enough. It's really good. I totally agree with it being on here. It's like one of Brad Pitt's like only like good serious movies because it is just dead serious, and it's also a buddy cop film with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. So like,
Parasite.
yes,
I haven't seen that movie either. The Social Network.
yes.
I saw Andrew Garfield's very obscure face in the shot with Mark Zuckerberg in the background, and I'm like, those
Yep.
two have only done one thing together, and that's not Mark.
And I think it's funny that you called him Mark Zuckerberg, which is like fair because that's what everybody immediately recognizes Jesse Eisenberg from. But
I know. I felt bad for Jesse Eisenberg when I said that. I'm like, oh shit, that's not Mark Zuckerberg, but My Neighbor Totoro.
yes.
I just saw this movie like the other day. It's very cute. Man in a Dress Shop.
Is that your
And
guess?
you know,
Or are
it's
you just
probably as
describing
close.
the scene?
Both.
Yes, it is Jackie Brown.
Okay. This looks like a Smashing Pumpkins music video. Bald
Kind of
man
is,
holding his
but
head.
just like 2 hours long.
Adam's Family?
Apocalypse Now.
Oh. Oh yeah, this is Whiplash.
Yep.
Going from one bald man to another bald man, and that's my boy JK. We are farmers. Bum 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 bum.
Yep.
Guy with cranes. The Crane Game.
This is the Florida Project.
Never heard of it. Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yep.
I don't know what this one is.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay. On to the next shop is pretty much just a graphic match cut. But what I do like is that in the previous shot, the car is going to the right. But in this other shot, it reverses that by having the car go to the left, and this is Stalker.
This is Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, that's what I meant.
But yeah, I think you had the right idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm like, he's only looked like that in one movie.
Yep.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yep.
Significantly less cowl in this shot and significantly less moving castle.
Yep.
The Shining.
Yep. I will say that I do love how much of The Shining has these like long haul shots, and it's just like, yeah, it's a Shining. Of course it is.
Mm-hmm. You can't make a long haul shot without being referred to as The Shining because it invented the long haul shots.
Mm-hmm. And it did it like 5 times.
Yeah. Titanic.
This is The Truman Show.
Motherfucker. I'm really hoping you keep track of how many of these I got right.
Oh God, no.
Pinocchio.
Yes.
The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
I know. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Spirited Away.
Yes.
Aladdin.
Yep.
E.T.
And then that one's kind of a free one.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
But it is still really good editing.
Yes, it is. I like these graphic match cuts.
Yep.
Dunkey, you found my weakness. Pulp Fiction.
This is Goodfellas.
Motherfucker. Beauty and the Beast. Finding Nemo.
Yep. Yep.
Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
2001. A Space
Yep.
Odyssey.
And then the last one is not specifically known, but just the ending.
Dude, this is like the easiest shot of it all.
Oh yeah.
It's Casablanca.
It is, they have it as some RKO movie.
No, it's Casablanca. I'm just telling you right
Is it?
now. No.
Okay. They
I
have
don't
it as
know.
probably Notorious, but presumably it's the same the end thing that they used in a couple of different movies. So
Dunkey, you troll.
yeah.
Okay. I can't believe I sped run that.
Hmm. I think you definitely had more than half though.
I hope I got more than half.
Yeah,
I want to say I got at least 2/3,
I
but
think
I'm
that's fair.
not certain about that.
So let me skim back because there was a couple of them that was just like really close. That was kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think at least 2/3. That's fair.
Okay. Cool.
When I
Uh,
first looked through it, I had less than half because there's a lot of them that are pretty damn hard.
yeah, I will give him that. Like some of these shots are meant to be deceptive,
Yeah.
and it's all because of the editing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that hurt me. Okay. Um,
Now part two. No,
1,000
we're
movies.
1,000 movies. No, we're not. Edgar Wright has his list that you're showing me, and I don't believe there's enough time in the day to go through all of it.
It scares me that Edgar Wright's probably seen more movies than some people have lived.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this man is unstoppable.
yep.
That being said, um,
I guarantee he has more movies in this list than I have seen movies at all. Like almost certainly.
oh, I can guarantee that. I don't watch that many movies. But yeah, Edgar Wright has his list of 1,000 favorite movies. And what I would like to know is if Edgar Wright could give us a one sentence review of every movie on this list. The interesting thing we found about this list while we were looking through it is everything's in chronological order. Because at first we thought he really just had a thing for the 1930s. Um, Not really much commentary we can give on this list other than just like things we recognize. I think I lost Cairo, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, he just decided to leave us. Okay, kids, mom's got you for the weekend. Let's talk. Um, you know, I would like you all to know that your father and I are going through a rough patch right now, and that we are trying to work things out. But as it stands, mom is starting to see a new uncle of yours. His name is going to be Uncle Edgar. Uncle Edgar. And he's got
Uncle
this.
Edgar.
I don't know. I was trying to play it up like we got divorced all of a sudden.
Oh no, I have a new cat, and she was acting up a little bit there, so I was trying to
Oh,
go see what was wrong.
poor Rin.
Yeah,
She just
she's sweet, but she's a dork
she's
and
a
not super smart.
she's a dork. What was she doing?
She's she's just like still like a toddler basically.
Yeah, just a
So she gets noisy and fussy.
oh. So she
And
was
I don't
acting
know,
out for attention.
pretty much.
Got you. Um, I don't know. I was just saying like we were divorced all of a sudden, and I had a new boyfriend pretty much, and I was going to start going through Edgar's list. But that's beside the fact, because that's really rather silly. Anyway,
Hoping I can distract her now. Keep going with the show.
what's she doing?
She just wants attention. So I
Oh,
just got a toy that I can play with while she's just sitting next to me here.
fair enough.
Okay.
How is being a cat dad working out for you?
It's been mixed. She hasn't been spayed yet, just because it takes a while to do anything these days with COVID.
Yeah.
So she has an appointment on the 28th, I think. It's like the Saturday after next, or the Friday after next. But because it hasn't happened yet, we think that for about a week last week, she was kind of in heat a little bit because she's about that age.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just getting really worked up at kind of nothing because that's what cats do when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it won't happen again before we can get her spayed, and we'll see.
Wait,
She can't help it.
you don't want to breed your cat, Kyril?
No.
Why not, my dude? Kittens.
because it reduces their life expectancy.
Oh
And there's plenty
shit.
of other cats that need to be adopted.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's like more of a statistical thing. It's just, it brings in complications, right?
Oh yeah.
That we would rather avoid. And if I want to get another cat, I'll just go adopt one because there's lots of cats that need homes.
I was about to say, why not just, birth out like a small army of mini yous and see how that handles your health?
Yeah. Would you know it's not great?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Besides the fact, do you have any observations for this top 1,000 movies of all time by Edgar Wright?
Uh, a lot of them tend to be on the older side,
Yes.
which is fair, but comes off as a little pretentious.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. It's like enjoying a fine wine, good sir.
I mean, no one's ever accused Edgar Wright of being pretentious, I'm sure.
Damn, dude. Where's all the hate coming from?
No hate,
Oh,
but I mean, it's people who are critics of the caliber that he is just kind of get that way because you kind of have to.
true.
If you've seen enough films to make a top 1,000 list in no particular order, you just kind of have to be a bit of a tight ass to be able to get to that point.
Imagine, if you will, all the people, like, what's the word I'm looking for? All the people who do make a top 1,000th list that aren't, like, relatively famous like Edgar Wright is, and, took out the time to actually make out that list, and all the movies they had to say no to. Because this
Yep.
implies that he's seen over 1,000 movies, and he had to clear
Oh,
out the
absolutely.
top 1,000 of them. It's kind of a nightmare.
Absolutely is.
Now, I want to know, what is Edgar Wright's top 1,000 worst movies?
I always think that those are more interesting
Yeah, wouldn't you say so?
because, like, there's a lot of movies that are just kind of boring, but finding movies that are genuinely bad takes effort.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, a lot of movies, uh, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, aren't meant to be bad. And there is, like, a certain type of, like, equation of money pumped into a movie to ensure a
Yep.
certain type of quality. So because of
Yeah.
that, a lot of movies aren't going to be that terrible.
Right. Because you can't make a movie for free.
No.
So the money has to come from somewhere. And people generally don't put money on something that they think is going to fail.
No. Not at all.
I had that experience recently, actually, with like a movie that was like kind of, it shouldn't have been made,
Mm-hmm.
put it that way, with the newest Robin Hood that has Jamie Foxx in it.
Yes, the one we talked about last week that you're still not
Yep.
over.
No, it's just bizarre. It shouldn't exist, but it does.
Yes. You mentioned this. Do we need
There's
to
just
talk
not a
about?
lot of movies like that. No, we don't need to. It's just an example that came to mind
I
because
was,
I saw it recently.
I was going to say, do we need to talk about how the main movie touched you?
No,
Okay,
not at all.
good.
It's just, when you think of stuff, it's really easy to think of stuff that you've seen recently,
Oh yeah.
So
I'm trying to
that's
think of
basically
the
it.
worst movie I've seen as of recent, but I don't know. I don't go out of my way. Okay, I do go out of my way to watch some bad movies every now and then, because, like, my girlfriend and I love making fun of really bad movies, but I can't
Oh
really
yeah.
think of anything on the top of my head.
So I would try to think of like a true zero, something. Do you know the Jello Apocalypse scale for rating movies,
Yes, a true
where he
zero.
where he where he
Yep.
goes back around to like ironic enjoyment on the negative side?
Yes,
Yeah. So like true zero. What is a true zero? Because finding true zeros is hard.
it really is. Because guess what? You're going to forget the true zero right away.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. True zero on top of my head. I really can't think of anything. Um, because, like, a lot of the bad movies I go out to watch with my girlfriend are stuff like Hallmark movies, which are
Hmm.
obviously meant to target a certain type of primitive side of my 40-year-old white suburban mom brain and make me feel things that way. But
Yes.
as a, young man in his 25s, I simply don't have access to those emotions as I should. My
Mhm.
pearls are noticeably unclenched at the moment. And you got to figure out a way to figure that out for me, because that's the only way this movie's going to resonate with me, apparently. We were watching this one movie. It was, I like to call, what is it? The not my child genre of Hallmark movies.
Mhm.
Essentially, it's the movies where they make a child go through actual hell and have every adult in the movie absolutely fucking fail at trying to protect this child, rather than to have the goddamn mom step in, because that's supposed to be our entry to the world, because we got to feel bad for this child and want to be the mother, because if the mother doesn't do anything, what does that say about us, the viewer? In this particular movie that I'm about to reference was a teenage STD movie about a young girl contracting syphilis and how syphilis went
Jesus.
throughout her whole school. And not gonna lie, dude, kind of bad.
Yeah, I can't see why.
I really wouldn't know how a movie made for television, specifically targeting at clenching suburban white moms, um, would get the subject of syphilis wrong. Like,
Hmm.
did nobody in this movie ever have syphilis before?
Seems like not.
No, dude. And to that, the movie failed. But at the same time, the sheer absurdity of trying to handle a movie like this with absolute seriousness as syphilis makes the whole absurdity of it really fun to make fun of, and syphilis is kind of fun to say over and over again.
I suppose.
Yes. Um. Yeah. But I will stand by, the worst movie I've ever seen is fucking Love Happy.
I know that. I don't think I've seen it though.
No, it's a really
I'd
old
probably
movie.
remember if I saw it if it's that bad.
Yeah, it's old. It's got like Marilyn
Oh,
Monroe and the Marx Brothers.
1979.
Yeah, it's not worth your time.
Yeah.
But it's my target. Everything I hate about movies is in that
Mhm.
movie.
Yep. The worst thing a movie can do is be boring.
Yes.
For me, the most boring movie that I've seen is Die Hard 5. I think I've mentioned it before. It's bad.
Sounds bad. Like, what?
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, what movie can make it past 5 without going down real fast?
Yep. And it is like the perfect parody of all of those types of movies, of just like clearly no one wants to make it anymore, they're just doing it for the money, it has no value in existing at all.
Yes. My personal you know, ideal of it is a movie franchise can usually last 3 movies before it starts going south, because
Hmm.
that gives you a perfect 3-act structure to work around. You know, the first establishing act, second development act, and then a big climax.
Yep.
Even with like the fucking Avengers movies, it's technically a 3-act structure because they
Hmm.
fucking did Infinity War and Endgame as one movie, pretty much.
Yeah, it was kind of part one, part two.
Exactly. They were even like pitched as part one, part two,
Yep.
even though they have different names. So
Everyone kind of knew though.
yeah, um, I'm really, really curious about how we're planning to go forward with like Marvel stuff now that like stuff is entering out of the trilogy range.
And I think the big thing is that they're going to have to move on to, they're either going to have to move on to different trilogies or find some way to break the mold.
Oh yeah, totally. I think a big important part about what they've done with these last threes, so like Endgame and Spider Man,
Hmm.
is that they establish it's like a whole new status quo change going forward. So we're not exactly going to get bored going forward. We're intrigued by the idea of a fourth movie.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have something like fucking Star Wars, which only works in trilogies. But when you start like really tearing it apart, Star Wars is, you know, not changing the status quo enough between their trilogies. It's always where
It's
the
kind of mixed, you know?
yeah, It's always
because
go on.
they all have like their own different problems with the trilogies.
But I'm saying like the basic premise of Star Wars is always space fascists versus rebels, and space
Mhm.
wizards are among them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's status quo. You can't change that too much, and it won't be Star Wars. That's kind of like why the Mandalorian was so big, I believe, because it took away from space fascists,
Yeah.
space bounty hunters, baby.
Always reminds me of one of the jokes that they're talking about and Russian Badger talking about the Mandalorians, about how it's just like, damn, the Jedi's can block lasers. That's crazy. What about this buckshot?
That's good.
It's like that's the basis of the Mandalorians.
Love it.
Turns out they can't.
Question for you, good sir.
Mhm.
Would you consider Rise? Wait, have you seen Rise of Skywalker?
Is that the number 9?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Okay. I stand by that's the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I've just accepted that it likely is, and I'll probably like if it's on for some reason, I would probably watch it, but I'm never gonna go out of my way to see it, knowing how pretty universally maligned it was. Because I didn't even see people who were like of the there's this reason why you should see it that kind of justifies its existence. Everyone was just like either didn't like it or mostly didn't like it. There wasn't a neutral position.
You see, I can defend Last Jedi to some extent. I cannot
Is that
defend
the
Rise of Skywalker.
is that 8?
That's 8.
Yeah, same. Like I love the uh artistic things that they did with it, with how Rian Johnson chose to direct it is very much his style of movie.
Yes.
It just is that his style of movie doesn't work as a serial Star Wars film.
No, it does not. That should have been in like its own separate story.
Yep. Which would have been great if it was like its own separate thing of just like, hey, there's this rebel group that's fighting against the Republic and they have to camp out on this island and it's, kind of like cowboys and then mind games of like where are they actually at. That'd be cool. It doesn't work in the mainline story.
Could Ryan Johnson direct a good Cowboy Bebop movie? Big question there.
Well, can anyone
I think,
like
literally, you need just someone super talented to do the project, but I believe it could be done.
I am not convinced. Seeing the reaction that people had that was so visceral, I'm not convinced.
Okay, are we saying like objectively good or subjectively good? Like where people would accept it as being good?
I would say where people would accept it. I think that there's people who could like critically, I think, could look at it and determine if it's like objectively good or not.
Yeah.
But subjectively, I don't think people ever would
Okay.
because people just get angry.
People do get angry. I don't know. Just when you were telling me that, and I thought of like a lot of the scenes with Last Jedi. I don't know. It made me think that maybe Ryan Johnson could have a stab at a Cowboy Bebop movie, but I'm not sure. Um,
I am gonna reserve my judgment until we see Knives Out 2.
Fair enough.
Because original Knives Out was really good,
Mhm.
but it was kind of like notable for Ryan Johnson basically doing the same thing as what he did in The Last Jedi, but with its own thing, and it just works.
Yeah.
So if he can do Knives Out 2 and it's also good, I'll give it a maybe.
Okay. Um, Back to my point on the last on the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Rise of Skywalker. Now that we're talking about like a true zero,
Yep.
is a true zero.
Is it?
I truly believe, and this is not anything about like the politics that the Star Wars movie is trying to provide. That the movie as a standalone movie away from the franchise is absolute horseshit, and it just devolves into a very cookie cutter plot. And you don't, unless you've seen the other movies, you don't get a sense of the characters. You don't know where the hell you're going. It's kind of got a lot of the same problems I have with Return of the Jedi, but probably exemplified far more because I can get more into the Return of the Jedi. But the moment I see Palpatine is somehow returned and they don't explain it at all, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is? Why are you bothering my time? And here's another thing, a criticism of Rise of Skywalker. I've wholeheartedly believe. I don't remember who said it, but you've basically accepted you need a new villain, right?
Yep.
And you need something that'll get the fans excited, and you need something that's nostalgic and thematically ties the end of this story, right? Why do you choose Palpatine and not Darth Vader?
I'm gonna say presumably because we know Darth Vader's dead, but
Yeah, but I mean, like, we knew Palpatine was dead too. In fact,
yeah, we
yeah,
thought we did at
if,
least.
if you are just going to do a fuck you movie and give us, just Palpatine's back for no particular reason, why don't you just do Darth Vader's back for no particular reason and get more reactions out of that?
Darth Vader could have really worked because then you would have had the actual dynamic. It's part of the reason that Rise of Skywalker kind of fucking sucks is because it takes all of the themes that they started to set up in the first one and that Ryan Johnson kind of threw away in the second one and did his own thing with, but it takes them and then just turns them around.
Yeah,
Because we have the whole idea of just like, oh, is Kylo going to choose to continue down the path of, what he thinks is his grandfather, or is he going to do his own thing and do the right, air quotes, right thing? And then they kind of turn it all around, don't they? With Ray, Ray is like somehow related to Palpatine or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, and then they just like completely turned it around, and it's just like, come on,
yeah. If you
why?
did like Darth Vader, right? We already know
Yeah.
him. If we could do like something like everybody says like Anakin was schizophrenic or had multiple personalities with the whole Darth Vader persona. Just do it. The
Hmm.
Darth Vader persona is back, and then you can have the thematic setup of like Kylo being like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm getting in on this, Grandpa, I'm here," and then Darth Vader just shows how much of a cunt the dark side is, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to be evil anymore, XD," and then back to the good side, and you can have some thematic closure because like
Maybe hold on though. Maybe they could have just made Sidious like a real character.
I'm saying it's harder to make Sidious a character than it is to just have this fucking intimidating black figure scaring people throughout the theaters because Darth Vader's more of an intimidating personality.
You don't think we know that though?
Yeah,
Because we had him in at the end of the first one. We have a face, and it's like, oh, who's this? This new big bad.
yeah,
And then he just immediately dies the first time we actually see him.
yeah. I
It
know.
doesn't make sense.
I know. It's
Like,
absolutely shit.
what if we have Sidious go all Darth Maul and he's like a spider from the waist down now?
Ooh, that would have been cool. That's
Like
different.
something like that.
That's new.
S- Something to keep running with the character that you just had in two movies and threw away.
I'm just saying, man. Rise of Skywalker, true zero. There's my true
Yeah,
zero for you.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Should have had Darth Vader in it. It would have been so cool to see our James Earl Jones back as the character. I think it would have pulled more people in because like is Anakin supposed to be like the fucking chosen one who can like, use the force in many different ways? It would have been so cool to have like, Darth Vader is like back somehow. Negative force bullshit. The Force Awakens resurrects Darth Vader. I don't know.
So what if it was something like because he's supposed to bring balance to the Force?
Yeah.
What if Kylo starts to turn to Rey's side? So now it's a 2-1 or 2-0 thing
Ooh, and
because
then
there is no Dark Lord,
yeah.
and then Anakin's Darth Vader ghost thing comes back and is just
Yes.
like fuck
Yes.
that shit.
Yes. Oh, yes. And you know what's been cool about it? They still had like the melted helmet, right?
Yes,
The melted helmet was the helmet that he used to signify it's like a more broken down version of Vader.
something.
Yeah. All
I
I'm
think that could have been interesting.
that would have been
Anything
cool.
else? I mean, that's like the basic thing. Is just like anything other than what they did.
It was lazy.
It was.
Yeah.
They took the easiest thing they could, which is just bring back the big bad that they had before.
True zero. There's my true zero. I don't even remember how we got back on this conversation, but anything that can get the Rise of Skywalker out of my mouth that I've been holding back in for so long,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know what? Rise of Skywalker may have caused the whole pandemic.
You'd be surprised. It was
Like,
bad
dude,
enough.
was it one of those movies that made it to China? Because, like, imagine great leader Xi Jinping sees that movie and he's like, okay, time to fucking ruin the world. And then he just unleashes COVID from his Wuhan labs. And
The U.S. does not deserve life anymore.
Exactly, dude. He releases the Wuhan bat,
Yes.
and he's like, "Oh, this is how you do a real fucking evil villain."
Batman was eating soup in Wuhan with his hands.
No, it was Sidious was eating soup in Wuhan with his hands. Mm, I love it. Okay,
Hmm.
there we go. True Zero.
Cool. Let's talk about a couple of new movies.
Oh shit, new
There's
movies.
actually a couple of interesting ones that are coming out.
I'm excited.
And they're like kind of under the radar for
Okay,
like all but two of them, but they all have stuff that's kind of interesting.
okay.
One is just an interesting piece to point out with how broken the audience reviews are for films, where because we have a documentary coming out called Who We Are, a Chronicle of Racism in America, that has a 26 out of 26 positive critic review ratings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not out yet, so people can't see it, but it already has a 38% audience score with fewer than 50 people having rated it. So people see the word racism and go hyperize negative votes.
Racism doesn't exist anymore, Kyril.
We're in a post-racism America. We elected a black man to president.
What do you want? We got what was Kamala Harris? What's her race? Is she
Vice
black?
president. Oh, oh, like that. I don't know. She's her vice president is her race.
Yes. Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I would
Okay, she is
presume as
African
much, but I
American.
don't know.
American.
Yeah.
Okay. Kamala Harris is vice president. You know, we're post racism still.
Means we're also post sexism too.
Post sexism too. Yes.
Isn't she
Thoughts
the
and
first
prayers.
female vice president?
She is.
Yeah. That's pretty depressing that it's taken that long.
I mean, if you wanted it sooner, you could have voted McCain.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
I'm
Fair
just
point.
saying, dude. Yeah, fucking put your money where your mouth is.
I think I'm good. I'm okay.
Are
No,
you sure,
no,
man?
remembering the alternative. I think I'm okay.
Are you sure you would rather have Sarah Palin versus Kamala
No,
Harris?
I don't think I would.
Yeah, I mean, what's Sarah Palin doing
That's,
nowadays? You know?
I think she's probably made a cryptocurrency or something.
Let's see. Go on
She
with the.
didn't get she didn't get reelected though. Yeah, her title on Google is former governor of Alaska.
Yeah, I'm sure if I had a disastrous political campaign for vice president, I would probably worry about my governorship. When did I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
No.
has not done anything since 2009
Ouch.
when she was not reelected as governor. She
I,
is a apparently an author reality TV personality. That sounds about right.
I think that would probably suit her better though. Oh, oh, good. I found her political positions.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure there's nothing awful there.
Let's see here. But racism in America. Go on. Please tell me more about how that wasn't review bombed, and
Yes.
we're just not.
Wasn't review bombed at all.
Yeah.
It
Audiences
is an
just don't like woke
interweaving.
movies.
It's a documentary, of course, an interweaving lecture, personal anecdotes, interviews, and shocking revelations in Who We Are, a chronicle of racism in America. Criminal defense civil rights lawyer Jeffrey Robinson draws a stark timeline of anti-black racism in the United States from slavery to the modern myth of a post-racial America.
Hmm. Good job.
Hmm.
Be
Looks
a
interesting. Unfortunately, you can't watch it anywhere here. It's
yeah.
not in theaters. They're not making it available for streaming. Hopefully, it will be after it does whatever theater run it has, because it does sound genuinely interesting.
I mean, there's two kind of perspectives you can have in this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Where you're open to the idea of learning more about it, especially when you're in like part of a culture that doesn't exactly experience it,
Yep.
and it's just like there's a lot you can learn about that because there's a lot of things you don't take into consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other side review bombs everything.
Well, yeah, dude, it's because fucking woke. People just don't like woke things, man. We should just stop talking about it. Just like let
Curious
things
now.
happen.
This is just a thought that came into my brain. Is there a Wikipedia?
Ooh, are we going to have like a? I would love that.
Apparently, Wikipedia is a thing.
I'm scared.
What is this? This is the popculturephilosopher.com category Wikipedia.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like a blog they do or did.
Oh, I was kind of hoping for like a Wikipedia for microaggressions.
Oh, cool. No. So this
Wh-
is the Telegraph article where it says you think the BBC is biased? Check out Wokepedia. And then I go to click on it and it's just all pop-ups of buy our thing. It's like, okay, cool.
That's nice. That's very nice.
But it sounds like an interesting documentary that I will probably not be able to watch if it doesn't come to streaming services somehow.
I can see it going on Nebula or something like that. One of those more
I
educational
could too.
ones.
Yeah, that'd be fair. Would
Yeah.
give me a good reason to get a Nebula subscription for once.
Yeah.
I actually thought about getting a Floatplane subscription this week. You know Floatplane?
No, please go on.
It is the it's more of a video hosting platform, but it's the project that Linus Tech Tips started. It's what Luke's been working on last
Mhm.
couple of years. He manages Floatplane now, and Floatplane got their first streamer, which is DankPods.
Got
He
you.
is a audio guy. He does drum streams.
Got you.
Yeah, and he was having some problems with Twitch being Twitch and just being stupid with how they handle everything. Was exploring other options, and it's just like, well, hey, why not try out Floatplane, be the first streamer? And it's really good for him because he does music stuff, of course. And Floatplane has way better bitrate than like Twitch does, so he can actually stream high res audio.
High res audio is pretty neat.
Yeah, if you don't know DankPods, go check it out. He's really freaking cool.
You know, it's pretty freaking cool.
What's that?
The fucking Two Schmo show should advertise those guys.
Oh yeah.
Whew. Okay.
In other movies,
Yes.
we have. I'm just gonna say this. This is apparently on Apple TV. It is a French historical comedy set in 1789.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go through this because this is kind of long, but it's interesting. It's an interesting concept. So it's a historical comedy with Gregory, I don't know who these people are, a gifted chef and his unlikely protege who must find the resolve to free themselves from servitude. 1789 France, just prior to the revolution, gastronomy is strictly the domain of the aristocrats. The prestige of a noble house is entirely dependent on the quality and reputation of its table. So when the talented but prideful cook Manceron serves an unapproved dish of his own creation at a dinner hosted by the self-entitled Duke of Chamfort, the repercussions are brutal and he is promptly dismissed. The wounded Manceron swears off his passion and retreats with his son to a regional inn visited only infrequently by travelers and where vegetable soup is the common meal. When a mysterious woman arrives and offers to pay to become his apprentice, the stage is set for a widely enjoyable tale of reignited passion, mentorship, and revenge, and the creation of France's very first restaurant. Joining the ranks of films such as a bunch of other stuff. It is called Delicious, and it is the only 100% movie that we have on this week.
Sounds like Oscar bait. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. Given that it's French, I mean, maybe for like best foreign film or foreign language film, but I think it's an amusing idea, depending on how much of the comedy side of it shows through. If it is like pretty strongly a comedy, I think that there is something that could be really amusing there in a foreign language film set in 18 or 1789 France that is a comedy.
Hmm.
You know, it's like it's a lot of untapped potential just with the time period.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pre-revolution France, like come on.
Will they eat cake?
Who wants to talk about that? We'll find out.
I mean, dude, pre-revolution France was great. I heard like, people started losing their heads when it stopped happen when the revolution did happen. That was a bad joke. I apologize to all the French nobles lying down in baskets right now,
Rolling in their baskets.
rolling in their baskets. I think that's
After
like the
that,
oh,
yeah,
well,
go ahead.
I was going to say I think that and like the Nazi occupation of France are like the only two pieces of French history I know in my dumb American mind.
Um, there's also the Napoleon jokes.
Oh yeah, that showed. Um, Napoleon. What else was there? There was like the 100-Year War. Was France part of the 100-Year War?
Mm-hmm. Yep, those France and Britain.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Franco-Russian War. and then they occupied Canada. Okay, I know way more about France than I thought I did.
Yeah, we got the Louisiana scam.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Oh well. Okay. Learned a thing or two. Most underrated European country, Kyril. Go.
European country.
Yep.
Probably, I guess it depends on how they're being rated. Because I would immediately say probably like, uh, maybe not Poland, but like Finland or Sweden. But they're, depending on the metric, they are fairly highly rated. They just kind of get forgotten a lot.
Okay. Good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Um, I stand by the Slavic countries need more love. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
just my fucking Slavic heritage talking right there, though.
Austria deserves some too for always being assumed to just be Germany.
Yo, that's probably a good point. Um, what was it? Who was born in Austria? Someone like everybody believes is German is actually an Austrian. I think it's
I
Mozart.
believe I believe it is, yeah. And
Yeah,
then Hitler is always like, "Oh, he was born in Austria, but he actually wasn't."
yeah. Those damn Germans. Oh, he was not born in Austria. Um,
It is someone though. I don't know who it is, but there is a famous musician of that period.
yeah. So apparently, it's a common myth that he was born in Austria or Germany. However, in Mozart's own time, these terms were originally different from what the way they were used today because the modern states in Austria and Germany did not exist. Any decision to label Mozart as such involves political boundaries, history, language, culture, and Mozart's own views. They differ on how to decide on submitting a nationality for Mozart. So there we
So
go.
basically, he is Austrian, but they just don't want to say one way or the other because they're academics and they don't want to be proven wrong in 10 years.
Dude, what are you saying? Like, are you implying that German academics has an overreaching influence on American academia?
Mhm. No.
Are you in?
I'm just saying. I mean, we. I'm not going to say it.
Do it. Say it. Say it.
Just, paper clips, right?
Paper clips. I knew you go. Yes, yes. I did not see that coming. Ladies and gentlemen, you should really question some of your course material sometimes.
Other films
Yes,
coming out. We have Pink Cloud, or The Pink Cloud, which is another like modern sci-fi, which is a genre that I don't really get.
modern sci-fi.
Yeah,
I mean, are they just talking
I
about
don't know.
modern themes in a sci-fi like aspect, or is just modern
Well, it's
times with sci-fi aspects?
the latter, I think. So
Okay,
similar to like Bird Box, I guess you'd say,
okay.
or uh, the Don't Talk one.
Don't talk.
I can't remember what it is. They got a second one for it,
Hmm.
where the monsters hear noise, so they can't make any noise.
Interesting.
I don't remember what it is. It had people in it. I'm just gonna Google "Don't Talk" movie.
Let's see what happens if you do that.
Let's see.
Don't speak. That's
No,
definitely not it.
it's not that.
Huh. There's a movie called Don't Talk from 1942.
A Quiet Place.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, I never saw it. Can you tell?
I never saw it either. Can you tell?
But like, it's just there's a lot of films it feels like that are in that they're sci-fi, but they're set in like modern day sci-fi,
Hmm. Yes.
and it like from like a concept part, I don't like that it's kind of like inherently restrictive. I don't know. I like the future sci-fi stuff because it's more open in the concepts that they can explore.
Have you ever thought about the prospect of past sci-fi?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Fallout games are 100%.
So here's my idea, right? $1 billion Oscar bait movie right now. Okay. So, takes place in the year 3000, right? Britain has invented its first time machine. It may look like a TARDIS. We have to decide that out later. Um, but they're going back to rewrite history and create the Great British Empire again. So
Okay.
they go back to the founding fathers' times with um, the American Revolution. My apologies. Um, with plasma guns and plasma rifles.
Okay.
So our movie is about the Revolutionary War, where the Americans are the underdogs again, having to fight against future sci-fi Britain. What do you think?
It sounds a lot like Doctor Who.
It really does, doesn't it?
It does.
I love the idea of it.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
No, I don't think it'd be bad. Um,
I,
I
I'll, I'll say that my preference does lean in like the concept of like sci-fi is more like what Fallout did, where you don't have like time travel stuff. It's still keeping with the same idea for what the time period was.
mhm.
It's just like, what if X thing changed in X year? How would it look like going on from that? Where certain things stay the same as they did in our timeline, but other things get influenced, and you get that sort of blend,
Okay,
steampunky sort of thing.
I got a great idea.
Okay.
So, halfway through the movie, the founding fathers get a time machine back from Britain and they start using it to travel forward in time to get new weapons. But the thing is, they
Okay.
don't know how to work it, so they get stuck in 2022. And then they have to bring modern guns to fight future guns. And then we have like a badass scene of like, George Washington with a flamethrower busting into like a war room and setting the Brits on fire.
So this is sounding very similar to just like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter Part Two.
Damn straight, actually. You know what? Fuck it. Let's film franchise this. Cinematic universe. Time traveling
George
founding.
Washington versus the werewolf.
Ooh, I like that. Then we can have Thomas Jefferson versus the Mummy. And like
Versus Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
yes, so it'll be during Jefferson's time in France, and it'll be like a French mummy with like French flag colored band aids.
Mm-hmm.
It can be King Louis. Oh my God, it can be King Louis since they beheaded him. So Thomas Jefferson goes back to go like find out the revolution happened, and then he finds King Louis's mummified remains, and the curse of King Louis comes to attack Thomas Jefferson.
It turns out that all of the French nobility have been brought back as mummies now, but because they don't have heads, they can't be killed.
Oh yes, yes, slay. And the only way to actually kill them is to dig up the baskets and then drive a
Mm-hmm.
stake through the heads.
But it's not like digging up the baskets. You're going through like the French catacombs under Paris.
Yes, and then like the mummies are down there with them because obviously they don't want to be like killed again. So
Mm-hmm.
you have Thomas Jefferson in these dark rooms. Oh my gosh, dude, we were going to make so much money off this. This is the best worst movie ever.
Turns out the revolution wasn't actually revolution. It was just their way of getting an immortality.
Yes, there we go. The climax. Hear me out, man.
Okay.
The climax is as never mind. I just realized the Eiffel Tower wasn't made back then. I was thinking it would be the mummies chase Thomas Jefferson up the Eiffel Tower with all the baskets in his hands,
Yeah.
and it would essentially be he holds them up on the top of the tower, and then lightning strikes them, and they catch fire, and then boom.
Sacrificing himself in the process.
A true American hero. It'd be like a retired Thomas Jefferson too, where he's like post presidency.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloated with hookers and cocaine.
totally, dude. But we also got to
I
make
don't think
him.
he was ever president, though.
What's that?
Like, I don't think he was president.
Thomas Jefferson?
Oh, I guess he was. Yeah. Who was
Yeah,
it that never got to be president?
Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole point in the musical, dude.
Oh, see, I thought it was just a way to talk about like hip hop on Broadway and not get people angry at you.
I'm surprised more races haven't come out up against Hamilton because of like the whole, you know, um, founding fathers played by people of not that nationality.
Oh, I'm sure they're out there.
Oh, I'm almost
It's
certain, but
it's just easy to ignore. See, the thing though is that those kinds of people are too, like, for lack of any other word, uncultured to see an actual musical.
oof.
So they've just never seen it. They probably don't even know it exists.
Imagine some redneck dad coming into like his kid's room watching Disney Plus and they're watching Hamilton and he's like, "That ain't George Washington. George Washington was white." I know, white. There we go.
White.
White. So yes, we got the Thomas Jefferson movie, we got the George Washington movie. We need Ben Franklin and Alexander Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Alexander Hamilton, I got it right.
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton. Actually, no. This would be better for Ben Franklin because hear me out. Ben Franklin, with his key in the kite, accidentally reanimates Frankenstein. Think about it. Genius, I know. And the whole movie is him running away from Frankenstein. And the way that the Liberty Bell gets cracked is that Frankenstein takes it and just like tries to like rip it up, but he can't fully.
Okay.
And that's how we got the Liberty Bell. I don't know how he's going to get there or motivated to do that, but it'll be like the Thor of our founding fathers horror cinematic universe. It's there. It's kind of cool, but it's just there.
Mm-hmm.
As for Hamilton, we'll just like do a Hawkeye thing and just put him in the background of a couple movies.
He'll get a TV series.
Yeah, dude, we'll do like uh uh I don't know. I don't know. There's a reason why I'm not Kevin Feige.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So what else
A
do we
couple
have?
other movies.
Yeah,
We have a new Scream that apparently doesn't suck, even though it's like Scream 5.
we just came up with the 5 movie rule. What
I
happened?
know, right? 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet towns of Woodsboro, California, a new killer dons the ghost face mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past.
Okay.
It's like 75%, which for like a proper horror movie is pretty damn high.
I don't think I know of like a really good horror movie that's got like a decent following, other than maybe like The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the original Exorcist has an 83. So,
Yep.
yeah. Impressive.
It's kind of amusing. They have the poster for it, and they have the tagline of it is "The killer is on this poster" because it has like all of the cast.
Oh boy. Mystery.
But then it also just has the scream mask there, so it is technically true if it's not any of them.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Apparently the movie's not though.
Hey, that's good though. What was its
Mm-hmm.
percentage at again? 73?
75.
75? Okay, it ties with
190
Last Night in
reviews.
Soho.
Yeah. It's very close to just being certified fresh, I think.
That's impressive. Good job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the last one we have is some weeb shit.
Weeb
Bell.
shit. Oh yeah.
Weeb shit. This one is certified fresh. I don't know. Again, I can't. It's not available for streaming, and it's not in any of the theaters near me, so I'll probably just never see it because it'll come out streaming somewhere in like Crunchyroll or some shit in like 6 months, and then no one's gonna care anymore. But
Did you know in
yeah.
order to get a Crunchyroll Prime subscription membership, you have to throw away all the deodorant in your house?
This is the kind of movie that might just push me to just start pirating stuff, like actually pirating stuff.
Isn't that what streaming was meant to prevent?
Yeah, but then like they just don't put stuff available for streaming, so it's like, all right, guess I'll like if I can't see a movie, how am I supposed to get it otherwise?
Yeah.
Other than illegally.
So like,
If you're not distributing it,
yep.
what do you expect people to do?
hmm I agree. It's kind of like the emulator argument
Yeah,
with
right.
video games. If you're not providing an official release, then you can't really, complain about it because it's not affecting your profits.
If Nintendo doesn't want me to play this game on my computer, why do they make their hardware so poor and so crappy and easy to emulate then?
Ouch.
Seems like they're asking for it to me.
I mean, they're not asking you to. I mean, yeah, they are asking you not to.
No, they
They're specifically asking you not to emulate that 30-year-old game. I think we lost him again, ladies and gentlemen. He's got looks like he muted himself like a fool. And he's deafened himself like a fool. Or Rin's acting up. One of those two.
I hit a key and I apparently deafened myself.
Yeah,
Never done that before.
Yeah, I was making fun of you for it.
My bad. I like the idea of the movie. It feels a lot like the Transistor game to me,
Yes.
where you have this music that is very heavily tied into their world and not our world, and it's referential to itself in that way. What it's like, there's a word for it. It's like diegetic or something like that.
Yeah, diegetic.
I really like that when it comes to music, and I feel like it's not utilized enough. And seeing it put in here as like a kind of a piece of the core plot, I really like.
I will agree. Diegetic music in video games makes me smile because like it further immerses you into the world. I like it in movies. I like it in pretty much any audio based medium. It's perfect.
I really like it. I don't think I did. Next Magic the Gathering set's coming out, of course, and it's a return to Kamigawa.
Okay.
So they're doing a bunch to explore the appropriate like cultural elements of it to make sure that they're showing the cultural elements that they should and not doing so in a way that's disrespectful to them,
Okay.
which is good, of course. They started to reveal some of the cards that they have for it, and they have some excellent diegetic art that they're doing, where rather than showing just like pictures of stuff, they have commissioned these pieces of art to be shown like how these stories would have been represented in their world.
Okay.
So like one of them is, let's see if I can pull it up here. It is the art that is being depicted on it is being depicted on a hand fan.
Nice.
And it's really, really cool. There's another one that is a similar idea of it being depicted on a dress of these events that apparently happened in their world like thousands of years ago. This is just like the physical representation of how they tell that oral story today.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. I appreciate it a lot.
That does seem pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So when are we making NFTs on it?
Hopefully never, but you
Damn.
know it's Hasbro, so give it enough time. Here's the dress, though.
Ooh, give me that dress.
Uh,
That's pretty.
it is. It's well done.
I agree.
Where is hand fan? Come on, Reddit. Give it. Give it. Here it is.
Hand
Hand
fan.
fan.
That's cool. That's
It's
pretty
just cool.
Yeah.
It's very tastefully done. Diegetics are neat and they should be used more. Underrepresented in current media.
I agree. Do we have anything else for the show?
I am checking real quick.
Yeah.
We had a volcano go off.
Lame.
Do you hear where it was near?
Probably not near my house because I think I would have noticed.
It was near Fiji.
Oh. Where is the Crypto Bros taking L's on that one?
Yeah. Not really sure. It's apparently closer to the islands of Tonga, but like on all of the maps of it, the landmass, the island landmass that you can actually see is Fiji.
No way.
It's just like, come on. There's these big tsunamis from it because there's this massive underwater volcano eruption. So there's big tsunamis from it, and it's just like, yeah, how's that island going without emergency services?
Pretty good, I would say. You know,
Nice. I actually hadn't heard this other story. Apparently, Novak Djokovic has been deported from Australia.
who dat?
The tennis guy who was refusing to get vaccinated and made fake medical documents so that he could enter Australia.
You see, I keep seeing that trending on Twitter, and
Mhm.
I've just been too busy to actually read into that. So, yeah, that's interesting.
Yep. And he's been, he's an anti-vaxxer, go figure. Apparently he also lied when he was entering into Spain.
Oof.
He tested positive for COVID at some point before then. And then as he was entering Spain, he got a negative COVID test, or he gave a negative COVID test, which is now being scrutinized as actually if he was actually negative or not.
Okay.
And then he went to Australia claiming that he had some special exemption. And it turns out that he actually didn't have any special exemption, and the documents were basically fraudulent. And he was being held, and he's now been deported. And likely, if the government stands by how they've done this in the past, he won't be permitted to enter the country for another 3 years.
Where will he go?
Who knows? Hopefully back to whatever hole he crawled out of.
Damn, that's mean. But you do you.
I have no pity for the guy. Like, it's one thing to take an unpopular and unscientific stance like being anti-vaccine. It's another to then forge documents to try and get around the laws that people have put in place.
Speaking of unpopular and unscientific, are we ever going to review that Jordan Peterson book I have?
If you want to.
Sorry, that just was a great segue. Nah, I'm game whenever we are. I thought we'd make an episode out of it.
For sure. It's kind of timely with the Joe Rogan stuff that's been happening too.
That's also what brought it into my mind.
Did you see the infamous clip that's been going around?
Where he gets like vibe checked in mid conversation? Yes. So I used to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast because I loved hearing the conspiracy stuff because I thought it was so dumb. It was great. Unfortunately, I did not realize the move to Spotify caused that show to lose its fucking mind. Yeah. And actually, like, drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah. I've
been enjoying the Twitter parody of it, though.
There's a Twitter parody?
Kind of. There's somebody, it was just somebody who made a tweet paralleling what he was talking about with the risk of hyperplasia, comparatively between vaccines and just getting COVID itself, because just getting COVID has a much higher chance of getting hyperplasia than the chance of getting it from having the vaccine. That was the Johnson & Johnson thing that was happening.
Oh, the palate clots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Causes, anyways, he had a guest on, was talking about it, and the guest is just like, no, it was something, he said something along the lines of, that's technically true, but it's way higher chance if you get it from actually getting COVID. And Rogan's just like, no, that's not true. Jamie, look it up. And he looks it up, and it's true. It's like the first article that comes up is just like, yep, it's much more likely to get this if you just get COVID than if you get it from the COVID vaccine. And he makes some quibbling, like, oh, well, we don't know, blah, 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 blah. And somebody made a parody of it talking about hamburgers and about how Joe's just like, I've been looking to cut out pork from my diet, so I've been going to cut back on eating so many hamburgers. And the guest is just like, hamburgers aren't pork. Or aren't ham, they're pork, or you get the idea.
Yeah, they're beef.
It was very funny.
Yes.
They're beef. Hamburgers aren't pork. It's just like, well, no, but ham's in the name. It's got to be ham.
I love. There's a 4chan post I've seen float around where they rewrite episodes of the premise of an episode of the Joe Rogan podcast as Joe Rogan being some Mongolian warlord, and it's like, come to Joe. Tell Joe why pallets are clotting. Joe does not believe that. Can you do archery to prove Joe is wrong? Joe will believe what Joe believes until you can do archery. Stuff like that. It's funnier in context.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Joe, if you would like to come on the podcast, please be my guest, and we'll just work something out. My people with your people. We could probably talk about all the great founding father horror movies that we were just coming up with. And if you know some Hollywood types, your boy's always in the game. Like seriously, I think if I like
Absolutely.
set out like some elk meat next to a fucking microphone, I might attract him here. That's beside the point.
Or just some ivermectin.
Yeah, that might work too.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing that you showed me in our Discord?
It is a teaser at what Songwon Joe ProZD's next trying one of everything video will be.
One of every Reese's.
Yes. One of every Reese's product. Have you
Some
had the white chocolate ones?
no,
They're disgusting.
really.
It is like the worst thing about cheap chocolate because the peanut butter is like kind of different. It's awful. It's so bad.
So like the thing with like Reese's is I don't believe that's real peanut butter in Reese's. Like I'm
It's
sure,
not.
yeah,
No, it's definitely not.
there's no way that's peanut butter. Like I'm sure there
Yeah.
is peanut butter in it, but that mixture is not peanut butter. Purely peanut butter?
Yep.
No. Fuck you.
No way. It's definitely not. I'm kind of fine with it though because it satisfies like its own niche for being what it tastes like.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It is like vaguely of peanut butter, but it's not trying to be like real peanut butter.
No, no, no. It's a peanut butter byproduct.
Yeah.
That being said, Song One Show, if you need someone to help you with all those Reese's, my door is always open. We don't just exclusively try to bait Joe Rogan onto this podcast.
We'll bait anyone if it means we get Reese's.
I will bait anybody on this planet. There's nobody I will not have on this podcast to make fun of them. Not make fun of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anybody is a target.
You know,
Yeah.
if it works.
Seriously, like, dude, I like whatever makes great podcasting. I will freaking get like, I don't know, man. Is John McCain doing anything?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, that was the joke. I'll get Sarah Palin on this podcast.
I'm gonna guess his schedule's pretty open then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll get John McCain's ghost, Sarah Palin. You know what? Let's get Joe Biden and Obama here, and we'll just have like a greatest hits of the 2008 election cycle.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do
dude.
a live reading of one of their debates, but do it like a slam poetry where it's just like all weirdly emphasized, and even though it's the same lines, it just sounds kind of wrong.
Nah, dude. This is what we'll do. We'll have Obama read McCain's lines and McCain read Obama's lines, and just revel in the insanity of hearing Obama say McCain stuff and McCain saying Obama stuff.
Yes.
Now, my fellow Americans, war is the only way to increase our GDP. That kind of stuff, man. Perfect. Do you know what Cameo is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So for those
It's where
of you,
celebrities go to die.
yeah, it's where celebrities go to make a lot of money. There is a surprisingly lack of meme material with Cameo, even though it seems like it'd be a great meme machine. The only one celebrity on that thing that I would pay money to like actually have them read stuff would be Gilbert Gottfried.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, he's on there, and like there are people who will post the cameos they get from Gilbert Gottfried.
Mm-hmm. I did think it was amusing, and Scott's the borderline special thing.
Okay.
Clearly, that's what he did for getting Brett Favre and the other guy who he had in it. You could very clearly see who put more effort in.
Jeez. Okay, who can we get on Cameo to do a promo for the show? Can we get Obama? Is Obama on Cameo? No, he's
I'd be
probably not.
surprised if he was.
No. We can get Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'll do that. We got
some of these are expensive.
Yeah, dude. It's not like this is not to be fucked with.
175 for Gottfried. What the hell?
You're paying for the voice, dude.
Oh, you are.
He's worth it. Kevin Conroy's on here. We can get shit. I don't know most of these people.
A lot more people than I thought there was. It's kind of depressing.
Dude, it's cheap money. I wouldn't
It
be
is.
surprised if their agents signed them up for Cameo and they just didn't know. Um, let's see.
Oh, we can get Greg and George or whatever the hell their names are from Harry Potter.
Nah, we cannot. We can get the guy who played
They're both
Pumbaa.
here. We can.
We can get Vic Mignogna. We can get Vic Mignogna from Full Metal Alchemist, Edward's voice actor.
Nice. Oh, we can get Dan Fogler.
Tommy Chong. Conroy would like it if we got Tommy Chong.
Yeah. How much does he charge?
150.
Yeah, I believe it.
You're literally paying for his weed for the week. Um, let's see, who do we have here?
I do think it's really interesting to see what like the promoted categories are.
I agree. Oh, you can get Yuri Lowenthal from the voice actor for the Spider-Man games.
Oh, we can get Leslie from The Office.
Really?
Yeah, $350.
You can get Martin Cove from the Karate Kid, the guy who plays the evil dojo owner. Wow, that is something I might. Oh, he's $300. No,
What?
$300 for Martin Cove.
No
John
way.
Kreese from the Karate Kid movies costs so much.
These people need to like check
Chill.
with their agents and drop their prices because some of that's kind of dumb.
Well, it's probably because Cobra Kai is a big show right now, and Martin Cove probably
Oh, is he in it?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair then.
he's like the main villain. Oh, you can get Mara Wilson, the actress that played Matilda.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to just like see how much we can get for like by price range. Yes, there we go. Price range. Let's see.
Is there?
Yep, 500
I
plus.
didn't see that.
Hit me, daddy.
What?
Um Brian Cox is $689.
Where did you see it for price range?
It's down a little bit. I'm specifically on actors right now, and they have like a
Oh,
little
okay. In like categories. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Jeez, yeah.
And the sad thing is, I don't know who any of these people are, but they want me to charge. They want to charge me $500 for their fucking cameos.
Curious who the people are at the $1,000 up one. Who do we have? Do I know any of these people? No, I don't. Oh, Caitlyn Jenner from $2,500.
Go on, please tell me more.
That is crazy.
Okay, I'm under musicians. Let's see who's on the $500 range. I better see Camila Cabello in here.
I could see there being there's actually not that many. Interesting. Tops out at 998. Chaka Khan. Okay.
I expected like the really expensive people to be people like I I know because they're famous and that's why they would charge more price. But all these people,
Oh, you can get Sasquatch. Hell yeah.
dude, I just saw that.
It's actually pretty good.
Dude, for his business one, engaging video company for your business customers or employees, 3,500.
Oof. I mean, I get it. That's fair if you're doing it as like a actual like a business expense kind of thing.
Yeah,
because that's like
commercial.
redistribution rights.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if we got Sasquatch.
It's a lot of fucking money.
It's so much fucking money. Comedians, let's go.
All right, who do we got for comedians? Oh, you can just sort high low. That's easier.
Yeah. I do not know any of these people.
Yeah, me neither.
Why is it these people charge so much when average Joe like me can't point them out? Are they just like, do they know that their audience is rich kids?
They must.
They
I mean,
have
they
to.
must know who their audience is, and it kind of works like inversely. If you are more popular, you're gonna charge more because that's gonna make it more exclusive, and then that's gonna kind of weed out a bunch of crap at the lower end.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get Gary Busey.
No way.
$395.
That's almost worth it.
Oh my god, his business one is $5,000, which like fair enough, but holy shit.
For Gary Busey, that's almost worth it. You can get Philip DeFranco,
I believe it.
$500.
Cedric the Entertainer. That's a person I know. Oh, there's okay, so we don't have Obama. We do have an Obama impressionist though.
Oh, go on. How much for the Obama impressionist?
So Reggie Brown, 250 for personal, 1750 for business.
Damn, dude. Okay.
Okay, so I mean like he does an Obama impression, but he doesn't sound nearly enough like Obama to be worth 1,700 fucking dollars. Not to me at least.
So I'm under content creators now,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the bottom of the barrel for this one just to see who are the people so desperate to be a cameo.
They actually just have it as creators.
Yeah.
Oh my god, from $10. Oh no.
Yo, you can get Ricky Berwick for $30. That's pretty rad.
You can get too mad.
White Claw Gabe.
I love it.
You can get the I'm a Snake guy. Oh my god.
Nice.
Tay Zonday for $35.
Really?
Yes.
Like actual Tay Day?
Tay Zonday.
Damn.
Dude.
That feels exploitative.
He must be cool with it, dude. I don't understand how you
Yes.
can charge that cheap. You can get real life Peter Griffin for $50.
I guess you can see where... Oh, you can get Tom Felton. Why is he in content creators? What the fuck?
Does he have a prominent YouTube channel we just don't know about?
He must. Because, like, I looked at... There's, like, a category for Harry Potter actors, and he wasn't there.
What?
He's probably, like, an Instagram influencer or something.
You can get Airsoft Fatty for $50. I might pay $50 for an Airsoft Fatty cameo. That's kind of funny.
He's still doing acting. Why the hell is he in content creators?
Maybe because his agent messed up?
I don't know. Or maybe just Cameo did.
I'm sure they probably do this exclusively through agencies.
It is so wild to see, like, David Hasselhoff with, like it's just in general to see people who clearly have, like, professional pictures taken
Yeah.
versus compared to people in the same price range who just did, like, a quick selfie in the bathroom.
Oh, my agent needs me to sign this up for some social media thing? Fuck, okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Kiwi Bug the Pug.
Is that like a
Wait,
Doug the
what?
Pug ripoff?
I don't know. For personal use, it's $350. For business, it's only $70.
So what you're saying is that's our one right there.
Apparently,
Okay, cool.
it's Pug, all right. I don't get it.
I don't get a lot of these. I'm mainly going through content creators looking for people I know, but I think I reached the point in obscurity where I just don't know most of these people.
Oh, you get Rudy Giuliani.
No, you're right. 'Cause
325.
Legal Eagle guy is cameo.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh my gosh, you can get Nikado Avocado for $200.
For someone like Legal Eagle, it's amazing how much he probably made off of the paying for that cameo.
Does that count as a business use?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
You're redistributing it.
Yeah.
But even then, like, as many views as his videos tend to get, and his sponsors that he gets, like, that probably paid for itself, no problem.
Oh, totally.
Oh, it's great.
Man. Yeah, I don't know most of these people on here. This is kind of
No,
messed
yeah,
up.
I don't either.
Who are the rich kids that like go on Cameo and just like ask like for a million different cameos? I'm surprised Keemstar is not on Cameo.
He gets swamped with meme requests.
Oh yeah,
Like that's the line you have to draw is that like if you go on here and you say $500, you're gonna get swamped by a lot of people who are just gonna do it because they have $500 to burn. Like $500 is a lot, but that's like your uncle buying a PS5 kind of money, you know? Like they'll probably use it once, but they don't really care because it's just a one-off thing. They don't really care about.
John Taffer, the host of Bar Rescue, is on here.
I have no idea who that is.
You've never seen Bar Rescue?
No.
Clearly, you have more productive things to do on a weekday when like white trash TV's on. You get Eddie Hall, the world's strongest man. See, I just want to see some more far out ones like Rudy Giuliani on here. Like, just imagine who else they could have on here. I'm surprised we got Rudy Giuliani, but we don't have someone like Donald Trump on here. Patrick Stewart can make a lot of money off this.
I mean, I guess the thing you have to consider though is that for someone like Rudy, he's not actually making money in other ways. So a few grand here and there
You're
for
probably right.
one-off bits like that actually makes a difference in his finances.
I wouldn't be surprised if Legal Eagle was his biggest donator so far for this.
Probably one of the few commercial ones.
Yeah. Imagine if he kept doing it too, to see how long it would take Rudy Giuliani to realize what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can get one of the voice actors for Futurama on here. The guy that played Scruffy.
Oh, nice.
That one I can respect. I would love more voice actors on here.
Wasn't there a category for it?
If there is, I missed it.
Let me see if I can find. I thought I saw like a smaller subcategory just for voice actors. Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Cool. Thank you. You can get Dean Norris from Breaking Bad. Do you know who that is?
No,
He's the guy from all
I've
the,
not seen
the
Breaking Bad.
memes. The
Oh,
bald...
you can get the Scrubs guy, John McGinley.
Nice. Let's see what they got for voice actors.
This is mostly just actors again, to be honest.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, Sean Astin. I mean, that's not no one. I don't know why I'm not seeing him anywhere before this, given that he's in fucking Lord of the Rings. But you know, go off, Cameo. You do your thing.
There's so many voice actors on here.
Mm-hmm.
You get Steve Bloom. That's worth the money. $65 for Steve Greg Sestero from The Room. Oh, that's good. That's good, man. Who else?
For Saradon. I mean, that's yeah.
Jim Cummings, the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Isn't the oh, I don't know his name. He does the voice of Snake in Metal Gear.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who I'm talking about though? The voice,
Yeah.
like, because we've gotten a bunch of like meme videos since Cameo started, and he must be on here. Like, because we got the Colonel, my cheeks are dummy thick one,
You can get the voice.
and he was like
yeah, go on,
the actual voice actor who did it, so it was like legit.
dude. You can get the voice actor for Hugh Neutron.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen him around. That makes sense.
I was wondering if he did that like only during fan meet and greets, but if it's cameo, then so much good memes
Mm-hmm.
have come out of that.
Here's like an actual voice actress. Gray Delia Griffin,
Okay.
Daphne in Scooby Doo. Shit, I can't remember that character's name. She played Catwoman in one of the video games. She was Trixie in Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
like an actual voice actor.
I'm surprised Tara Strong's not on here.
Oh, she'd get swamped.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because everyone knows her, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's kind of that margin that you have to be of being popular enough for it to be like an actual money making thing, but also not so popular that you don't get swamped and get overwhelmed with it.
You can get Urkel from Family Matters.
You get
Julia
the
White.
voice of courage.
Ooh.
$50 apparently. I wonder if because Kurt doesn't actually say anything, you know.
Yeah. He's
So
just
I
like,
wonder if he just has like a noise pre-recorded and he just sends that off every time, the same one every time.
It's like a text to speech with the voice font.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
You can get the guy the voice of Bowser.
Nice. I'm also surprised Charles Martinet's on here, but again, he'd probably get swamped.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Billy West. Yep.
Billy West makes sense.
Yep.
See,
I guess the key thing is that it has to be people who are known by their characters and not necessarily them first.
I was about to make a comment on that about the people who have like their headshots next to the characters they play.
Yep.
That's smart.
Yep.
Because, oh God, Butch Hartman's on here.
How much does he cost? Probably a
$100.
lot. It's not too bad.
Eh.
Maurice LaMarche. Oh, holy shit. There we go. I would pay $100 for. Well, I wouldn't pay $100, but like if I wanted to, I think that's a reasonable price for Maurice LaMarche.
There's so many of these cameos, and I feel like we can spend a whole show just going through cameo.
Probably. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a boring rabbit hole though, you know.
I mean, yeah, because like the most you're going to get out of here is like, oh, cool, that one actor I like.
Yeah.
Imagine the silly things I could have them say. Oh no, look at that over exaggerated price. They must not want to say silly things too much.
I will say though, I think it's adorable that Maurice. I'm on his page here. He has a video like with examples of his characters he's done,
Mm-hmm.
and he has little like figures of all of the characters that he's notable for
That's cool.
on his bookshelf, and that's great. I think that's cool.
Oh well. Okay. I think I've had enough cameo. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Cool. Anything else for the show?
No, I think that's about it.
Cool. Well, thank you for listening to the Two Schmo Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm if Miss Orion, and I've been a Schmo.
I'm Kyril, and I've been a Schmo.
And I await your cameos.